welcome back to Tarot Tats and Tea. Today it's a tea talk, and particularly iced tea. And I got the idea to do this after a friend on in TarotTube, Justin Michael, was talking about getting himself an iced tea from Wawa. Now, I've never heard of Wawa, and it's a complete new one to me. I do believe it's a tea company, am I right, in the USA? So you can correct me on that. Why it's so dark? There we go. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share with you the teas I use to make my own iced tea, and just how delicious they can be. So first of all, which teas do I use? I like using my herbal teas for my tea, my iced teas, because of the flavour. Now some of them are very earthy and can be quite, I wouldn't say bland, but a little boring on their own. So what I do with those, I add some fruit juice, and one that I'm going to be drinking today has got the juice of an apple and a pear with it. Just bear with me. So which tea am I going to be using? I just have to go and fetch my strainer. So which tea am I using today? Well, first of all, let me talk about my three favourites. This one is one of my most favourite, and it's the organic hibiscus, and I have spoken about this before, and these are the petals from the hibiscus flower that I use in my tea, and they turn the water a beautiful red colour, and this needs no addition of anything to add flavour or that little bit of oomph, because it packs a punch of an oomph itself. So this one comes from the Chiswick Tea Company, and I do buy large bags of it, and I just love them. Another tea that I'm enjoying, this is the one I'm going to be drinking today. This is the butterfly pea flower, and this is fairly new to me, and I ordered this one, and it states about the butterfly pea flower tea that its nutritional value is also particularly high, delaying aging and enhancing the body's ability to resist disease, prevents stomach pains, anti-depression, anti-stress, a sedative, anti-convulsant, eases mood and other natural health effects. The natural blue pigment in butterfly pea flower is also effective. It's an excellent drink for heart and blood vessels and health care, and can be used as a food stain or a cocktail. I'm sure that would make really nice cocktails. It has a really vivid blue colour. Now this one, I'm adding a little bit of flavour. I did expect this, with it being a bud, and here, let me just show you. With them being buds, I expect it to have some sort of a florally taste, but it doesn't. Unlike the hibiscus is very florally. It's very earthy and a little bit on the bland side, but the colour is to die for. It's lovely. And then I have the blue lotus flower tea, and again this claims that the blue lotus tea is prepared from the blue lily flower, which has a vibrant medicinal profile. The blue lotus offers a very spirituous fragrance and is an alluring flower that has been used as a herbal tea to cure a lot of issues since ancient Egyptian times. Nowadays, blue lotus tea is considered a mind-altering drink which benefits you a lot, and in ancient times blue lotus tea was considered both medicinally and recreationally. It has many medicinal properties, can help cure restless sleep, reduce increased anxiety levels, and some mild aphrodisiac effects as well. Health benefits: promotes collagen generation, promotes deep relaxation, promotes healthy level of blood sugar, maintains healthy digestive function, and increases blood circulation. Now, I ordered this online. It came from Sri Lanka, and the tea itself it's a full blossom. Let me just. This is so hard to open. There we go. You can see here there's a lot of loose petals, but there are full flowers. Let's get them here. So you can see the centre of the lotus flower, and the leaves. They're dry, and I use one of those in a small pot or a large mug of tea for myself. Now, the properties where it says mind-altering or a relaxant, what did it say? Mind-altering, which benefits you a lot. I have to say, there were no mind-altering effects. The fact that I did my blood sugars before I drank this, and I tested my blood sugars about an hour later and they had gone down. So I do think that herbal teas do have some medical benefits, but I would not really think that they, maybe in some people they do, maybe it's the quantity. If I was to probably steep that entire bag in a mug, I'd probably hallucinate from now until next year, but sure, I'm not going to do that. So what do I do when I'm making my herbal teas? I take the blossoms, or if it's a tea bag that I'm using, because I've got like ginger tea, lemon and ginger, apple, all sorts in the cupboard there, I put them into a jar. I use these small jam jars, I wash them, I steam off the labels, I give them a good bleaching and disinfecting, wash the lids and leave them upside down to dry in my oven. Once they are dry, I take my tea and I put them inside the jars, and I have already would have boiled the kettle, let the kettle not cool down, but so it's not absolutely scalding hot, because you know your jar might crack and you could scald yourself. But I let it reduce heat a little bit. I pour that in on top of the flour or the herbal tea or the tea bag that's in the jar, and I let it cool. When it's cool, I then put them in the fridge. I make more than one jar at a time, because that will sometimes give me more than one drink. And what I do then, I put them in the fridge and I leave them there. I made a batch last night. This one here is my hibiscus. You can see it almost looks like beetroot juice. So that's the hibiscus tea, iced tea. Now it's lovely and cold, and that I will have later on. This is the one I'm having now, which is the butterfly pea flower. You can see it's an inky blue. It does when you have it in your mug and you have it as a hot drink, it doesn't go this blue because this has been steeping overnight. So this will be fairly strong. And then this is my lotus flower. Now you can see all the colours come out of the blossom. The blossom has expanded from a tiny dry flower, so you can see whole petals, and if you look inside there, it looks almost cabbagey like. So this is my lotus, and that I'll give it a mix. If you can see the water, it's almost like a very sort of a browny yellow colour. So that is my. Oh, should we have some of this one? Which one should we drink? I'm not sure. I'll go for the one I was going to go for. This one here. So what I do then, I get my glass. Now in this I've already got a drop of pear and apple juice. Okay. Now you don't have to put these in. I just like it because it adds a little bit more flavour. I'm just going to open up my jar. So that inky blue look on the inside. And I'm very carefully, because I'm over my computer keyboard here, I'm going to pour it through the sieve, the sieve here, and into the glass. So that's just over half the jar. I'm going to put the lid back on that, and these will go back in the fridge. I'm going to use my straw to stir it, and that is my iced tea. It is beautiful. And with the apple and pear, it takes off that it takes off that too much of a harshness. Sometimes they can be too earthy a taste that it can seem a little bit ooh. But that, when I thought I liked it, but it was I wouldn't say pungent. It was just a little bit too strong, I suppose, but I thought, right, I'm going to try it with fruit, and that's what I did. And this is steeped overnight, and it goes from the, it's almost purpley, it's that, you know, it's that dark. But yeah, this is the butterfly pea flower. Oh my god, it is absolutely gorgeous. So if you're going to use the butterfly pea flower, I strongly recommending, now, you know, there's nothing to say you can or can't add, you know, any sort of flavouring, but I find, I love apples, I love pear, a little bit of juice from each, just literally, you know, an inch, half an inch at the bottom of the glass of ice, and enjoy. It really is lovely. It again, like I say, this comes with a list of properties that it has. It could well be that because these have steeped overnight, these will be stronger than the tea I would normally have, but I have to say they are delicious. They are absolutely delicious. So those are the teas I've used for my iced tea this week. That's my Blue Lotus flower tea, my butterfly pea flower tea, and my organic hibiscus tea. And if you like iced tea, or even if you've never tried it, it's something that I would recommend. I know your standard teas, you get, whether it's Tetley's or whatever you use, I'm not a lover of those teas. However, those teas, again, with no milk or sugar in, made very cold in the fridge, with a little bit of a cordial, they really are very, very nice. It's very, it's full of goodness, and well, you know, if it's going to do you good, or even if it's just going to refresh your taste buds, why not? So folks, we haven't done a tea talk for a while, and we haven't done an iced tea talk before, and I'm delighted with this. It's gorgeous, and I love experimenting with my herbal teas. I would definitely recommend it. So save going out buying your herbal teas or your iced teas. Make them yourself. They're gorgeous. Take care. Have a lovely afternoon. And it's bank holiday weekend here in Ireland or the UK. Have a lovely bank holiday weekend. Bye now. Hi, I'm back. There's a reason I've come back and added a bit to this video. I went off and drank my beautiful, beautiful iced tea, and if you recall, we had read out the claims that this tea makes. I then poured another glass of iced tea and gave it to my husband, the same iced tea, the rest that was in the jar, and we both sat there and enjoyed our butterfly pea flower iced tea. That was at 12 o'clock. We were both waking up at 4 o'clock. So the fact that both of us sat there and enjoyed our tea, we had a drive this morning, got back, we'd been out and about, but midday, I never fall asleep like that at midday. Now and again, around 2-3 o'clock, I do take a nap if I'm tired, and that I think is sort of, you know, effects from my health over the years. But hubby and I both had a glass of the most delicious butterfly pea flower tea with a spot of apple and pear juice in it. As I say, it was delicious. It was thirst quenching. And strangely enough, we both started stirring at 4 o'clock. So does this tea help you to go to sleep? I think I would have to say a yes on that. I'm almost afraid to try the Blue Lotus Flower now, because although I have drunk these teas in a cup of tea, and I haven't steeped them overnight before. I've steeped them in the morning and had them in the afternoon, but these steeped overnight because basically I forgot I had made them, so I didn't drink them last night. I drank them, I drank this one today. It's absolutely gorgeous, that's all I can say. But it appears that it does have relaxing qualities and it can aid a restful sleep. Do I feel refreshed now? I do. But it's only 5 o'clock in the evening. Let me just check what time it is. If it is 5 o'clock. Yes, it's 5:25 in the evening now. I've been awake just over an hour, and I'm going to go and hit the shower and wake myself up even more, because we're having Indian food and we've got a horror movie for this evening. And I do want to stay awake for that. I'm actually surprised. 4 hours. I feel like I've just been time warped out the place. So if you struggle to sleep at night, butterfly pea flower tea. Oh, Janie Mac, if this one makes you, what did it say? This tea is considered a mind-altering drink. If that has the effect of shrooms, then I'm afraid I'll be only drinking weak versions of it, warm. Well, we'll find out, because that's what I'm going to have. Actually, I'm watching a horror movie. No, that's what I'm going to have tomorrow evening before I go to bed. So, my organic hibiscus tea, purely tasty and non-hallucinogenic, not something that's liable to knock you and render you unconscious, but it seems to do what it says on the box. I'll let you know how the Lotus Flower tea goes. Oh my goodness, I'm actually quite still stunned. Anyway, I'll let you go now. I've just lost 4 hours of my day. Take care. Bye bye.